Nothing being shared today is meant to be a replacement for therapy with a licensed mental health professional. Everything we share is for educational purposes only. Thank you. Hey, y'all. Thank you for joining in. This is number 4 of 4 in the Temperaments. And hopefully you've already listened to the other 3 videos with the melancholic, which is what I identify as, phlegmatic, and sanguine. So I don't need to wait and tell you what the name of this temperament is, because you already know what the other 3 are, and there are only 4 temperaments. So this one is the choleric. So let me start off by telling you some of the strengths of the choleric, and they include the following. They're very decisive, self-directed, delegates very well, and confident, and considered to be very driven. And I usually see this temperament as boss, as power, very driven. I see them as people that could run companies or CEO of a company. I see them as extremely powerful out of all the temperaments. Matter of fact, most people see them as the strongest of all the temperaments. So if they are operating in their strengths, they can be considered very charming and very personable and a good leader, so to speak. All right, now for the weaknesses. Everybody has a strength and a weakness, right? So for this temperament, the choleric temperament, their weaknesses are impatient, arrogant, quick-tempered, dislike tears and emotions, and very bossy. The choleric temperament requires loyalty. And when I think about them, and as far as loyalty is concerned, if you cross a choleric temperament and they decide to cut you off, there is usually no coming back. They do not do well with going back and repairing relationships. Once they decide that they don't want nothing to do with you anymore, they will cut you off. They definitely like to be appreciated for whatever work that they do or whatever it is that they contribute. They want people to show them appreciation for what they've contributed. And they always want to get credit for the work that they do. So those are the needs. They want credit for their work. They need loyalty. They have to have a sense of control, and they need to feel appreciated. Now, I always say that the choleric temperament is very task-oriented. They do not really possess the empathy, but they know how to use it as a means to an end. They're so task-driven and goal-driven that they may use people as tasks. If they believe that somebody has done something to them, they will respond quickly through words, actions, or physically. And they will harbor anger, and they hold on to something that somebody's done to them for a long time. Those that are healthy in this temperament can be seen as very friendly and very warm and charming. And they're very optimistic type of people. So the cholerics that I know, I love being around them because they are so self-directed and they handle business very well. And those, if you have a good relationship with a choleric, they're the best friend that you could possibly have. And as long as nothing happens within the relationship where they think that you've done something wrong, they will give you the world. They will do so much for you. They're very independent, and they are serious about accomplishing things and creating things and planning events and things like that. They're very much take charge type of people. Sometimes they tend to form relationships with people that they can dominate or control and boss around. Some people find this temperament at times very intimidating. They only really connect with a few people. They don't really have a large friend base or socialize with a lot of different people. They're very selective in who they choose to connect with because they don't trust very easily. You wouldn't go to a choleric if you have need for sensitivity because they don't really care for sensitivity. I would probably irritate a choleric because I am sensitive to a lot of things, and I'm very much empathetic. And they don't possess empathy, but they know how to use it as a means to an end. So I wouldn't really go to them if I am feeling all sappy and, feeling all sad and things like that, because when they respond, it's going to be more like, look, don't worry about that. Get over that. You good. You good. You don't have to deal with that. Cut them off. And I'm not even get ready to deal with that or talk about that anymore. So again, this temperament is considered the worker, the strongest, the most powerful of all the temperaments. They don't believe that they should ever say sorry because it makes them feel weak. And one thing that I have come to really understand about this temperament is they are so direct that when you come talk to them, they just really want the summary. They want the ABCs of whatever it is that you're saying. So instead of saying, hey, I was thinking about doing this thing and I was kind of wondering about this and all of these kind of things. They don't want the long story. They just like, get to the point. What is it you want? When should I be there? What time? What do I need to bring? They just want the specifics. They don't want all the fluff and stuff that's in the middle. So I'm not really good at sometimes communicating, or I used to not be good at communicating with them because I had this long drawn out story and they just want the ABC. They don't have a lot of patience for all the other stuff in between. They're very strong-willed and they don't think they should ever have to apologize, because apologizing makes them seem weak. They don't like it when people say that they're mean. They really get offended by that, because according to them, what they said or what they did was well-deserved and necessary. They get very much stressed out when they're trying to do something or trying to plan something and people don't do what they are supposed to do. They need for people to go along with the plan. They also get upset when people reject their manipulation or their love. They approach only a select few people for deep, meaningful relationships. All right, so what did you think about this temperament? And again, I still see this temperament as the more powerful and the strongest of all the temperaments, as long as they are healthy in their temperament. What do you think? Do you relate to this temperament? Do you know somebody that does? Okay, y'all, so that was all 4 of the temperaments. And I hope you had time to kind of look into them or research it a little bit more for yourself. I really enjoy these temperaments, and I really enjoy understanding temperaments of others. So until the next time, y'all, good mental health, good spiritual health, and as always, good physical health. Y'all take great care.